Taxi Cab, Secrets and Confessions. According to Reddit. Number 15. Two 40-something-year-old guys who I pick up from a bar were talking on the phone. They were trying to make plans with a third guy who was at a party with a bunch of drunk 12th graders. Exact words. One guy in my car asked if there was any younger there, and the other dude said, "Dude, really?" Followed by silence, and then they said, "Fucking sweet." Not sure as there was missing context, but it sounded like there were younger teens that were already drunk, and these dudes were going to pick them up. 40-something? Whoa. Not that it makes it okay regardless the age if they're under it. But here we go, a start to this list like no other. Here's hoping everybody's having a groovy day. Okay. Linda, Russ, Lolly Chino, Fetal Freak, KXG, and Mad Lass. Let's do it. Number 14. Once I had an extremely drunk, middle-aged couple fight for an entire 30-minute ride. They attempted to bring me into the fight many times. I just pretended like I was deaf and didn't answer when they tried to rope me into it. Good Lord. What a shame. Just keep driving. Oh boy. Number 13. Two girls talking about how they fucked the same guy. Okay. Classy. Both agreed that his dick was too big and he was hurting them by lasting so long. Both concluded he was gay. Number 2. Two middle school aged couples trying to agree to a foursome. We be trying to agree. Like the boys were like, "Come on," and the girls were like, "Oh my god." What you mean? Number 12. I picked some up here in Memphis and took them to a shady apartment. They came out smelling like some really good kush. I don't know where I was gonna say Turkish, but it's like my brain put an I in there and just made up the T and the R and pushed the U to the other side. Amazing. Anyway, I asked them to go back in and get me some, got paid, got weed, and got a new dealer out of it. Oh, damn. Y'all using the Uber to go pick up weed. That's fucked up. Oh, that is fucked up. So that is just a little bit of information for you if you want to do the Uber or Lyft thing. Somebody is going to use your vehicle for something illegal, boy. And can you imagine? Like, you have to wonder if you'd get in trouble. If you got pulled over and they had the weed and you didn't know about it, man, them cops ain't gonna give a damn. "I didn't know anything, officer." They're gonna be like, "Tell it to the judge. Spend the night in jail." "Did I say a night? I meant a week. But I don't have nobody to take my car." "I guess you just lost this car." "We the police." "Oh, yeah." That's fucked up. And that's the rest of your life. Number 11, deleted. Nice. Here it is. I met a guy who owns a dispensary in Colorado. It's all about weed, isn't it? But not weed for Kyle. Awesome. But he lives in my state. He was drunk. He told me about cheating on his wife with his girlfriend. Let me pull some up real quick. Alright, give me a second here. Okay, just looking for these. Alright, actually let me just pull it off of this screen. So when I read it again, I'll be able to just be like, I'll just click it like at the same time. Is it even on here? like I'm freaking blind. All right, so let me try this again. I met a guy who owns a dispensary in Colorado, but he lives in my state. He was drunk, and he told me all about cheating on his wife with his girlfriend. Alright, that's enough. Okay. Alright. His girlfriend got mad when he decided to go back to his wife. So this guy apparently would bring carry-on bags filled with shatter back from Colorado. The angry girlfriend knew about this and ratted him out to the police. They were waiting for him when he got off the plane from one of the trips. These hoes ain't loyal. What a dirty hoe. He was arrested. I guess he was out on bail or something. I drove him to his apartment. He was hoping his wife would forgive him and let him move back into their house. He kept telling me how much he loved her. Okay, whatever you say. These hoes ain't loyal. But neither are the dudes, you know. So he started it, I guess, you know. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Number 10, took this 19-year-old kid and what I assume was his girlfriend back to her house on Pride weekend in San Francisco. Is that what that stands for? Here's hoping that is. They made out the whole ride. When I dropped them off, only she got out. He said, "Take me to Castro and 18th. I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah, I only make out with girls when I'm rolling." Never a dull moment in San Francisco. Hey, I was right. Keep rolling up this list. Number 9. Oh, you've ruined the organic, you know, Bing Bong read because I gotta scroll up so much. Number 9. Okay. I drove Uber in Denver for a couple of months, but the singular event that forced my retirement happened on a classically Colorado night in late December of last year. Cold, snowy, everyone stoned off of their ass. Yeah, you're writing this fucking thing like somebody doesn't have a job. All right? Is this your new job? Just unraveling a tale for us? I wasn't planning on driving in such miserable conditions. I'm a shitty enough driver as is. I have no confidence in my ability, nor should anyone else. You were an Uber driver and you're saying... I find the need to mention that the only reason I Ubered people was because I lost my job at Chick-fil-A because of some "can I speak to your manager" bitch who wanted fat-free ranch, despite my insistence that we didn't have fat-free ranch. Look, if you were gonna lose a job at Chick-fil-A for something, I'm pretty sure that's not it. So I'm guessing you were a bitch. And then when another bitch came in, you couldn't keep the bitch in your pants. You know what I mean? So you guys got into a bitch off and trying to out bitch one another. All right? People all over the world join in and start a bitch train with just you two on it. Everybody's like, nah, we'll catch the next one. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. There's always missing elements to people's story because they got to make themselves look great. Chick-fil-A. The only thing they got a problem with is if you gay. Anyway, I got bitchy at the bitch. Ooh, how did I know that? How did I know that? Oh, but it's her fault, right? You know, when people come in, you forget sometimes. Yeah, people have less than exceptional weeks. Yeah, it happens to everybody, right? But you have to control yourself. You have to restrain yourself. Remember, these little pieces of shit dancing in and out of your life, they've never been a part of your life before. So when you're in a public place and you start acting crazy, nobody's going to go ahead and ice the cake of you being insane with all of the things that you've been through before now. They've never seen you before. All they're seeing right now is a crazy person. So you need to keep that shit in your pants, my dude, because people crazier than you are managing that on a daily basis. Restrain yourself, all right? For me, because you don't want to ruin the rest of your life because you can't not be a bitch. So yes, you lost your job and you can't drive. So now you're Ubering? You're putting other people's lives in danger with your bullshit because you could not be a bitch? Yeah, I can't wait to hear what this is all about now. At first I wasn't, excited, but now, woo, I got bitchy with the bitch and got fired, which finally showed me that customer service probably isn't a good job choice for a loving asshole like myself. So you get right back into driving people around, I'm chilling at my apartment, and the heating at my place was broken because Sean, the dumbass landlord, was too busy catching up on Game of Thrones. If I have to hear about this normie show again, everybody who watches Game of Thrones or used to watch it, now thank God it's off the air, keep it in your pants. I don't want to hear about it. You know what I mean? You should be partially ashamed to be into something like that. The way that most people should be ashamed to play Fortnite. Add my Epic Games account, YouTube_Kyle at the top. You know what I'm talking about? Look, I love Fortnite, but even I'm kind of wondering what the next big thing is going to be, man. Fortnite's ruining other games. People out here trying to do the Battle Royale thing, and it's like, the things I like about Fortnite aren't even the game mode, really. So, stop. And stop with the Game of Thrones. Okay? To fix my heating, I decide I'm going to be available to drive this girl to the DCPA, the Denver Center for Performing Arts, just to get out of the apartment. This girl lives directly underneath me, but I've never met her before. She's a solid 8 out of 10. Curvy blonde girl, about 5'2", with the goofiest smile that you've ever seen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the type of person that, ignores the fact that, yes, objectively, in the real world, there are people who are attractive, there are people who are not attractive, there are people who are more attractive and less attractive objectively than one another. But am I the type of person that's trying to superficially put assholes on a scale, you know what I mean? Regardless of whether or not they bomb as hell or kind of, you know what I mean? No. But this person had no shame doing that, okay? So you're getting a taste for the type of person that we're reading a story from, And if it were in a book, you'd end up hating the narrator, and not like in a endearing way. It's just like, who is this person? And I get frustrated what many of you may consider to be very quickly, but hopefully as I'm reading this, you'll understand that the type of person that's writing this, the type of person who writes this way, not the type of person you'd want to be friends with, not the type of person you'd want to be acquaintances with, wouldn't want to associate with them. If you got into a conversation with them, before long you'd realize you were being quiet and just letting them speak, and then finding your earliest opportunity to get out of an interaction with them. You feel me? As I'm driving here, or her there, she starts telling me the story of why she's all alone on this chilly pre-Christmas night. It turns out her ex-boyfriend, Scott, cool, Scott Summers, I wonder if he had laser eyes. Well, he was supposed to go to this play with her tonight, but he's a major asshole. The stories about him start off small enough. He fucked a best friend, lied about it, basic shit, right? You mean like the shit that you spilling right now? Joe basic girls. Not even close. It turns out he was dealing drugs from the basement of her old house. Hard shit, man. I'm talking cocaine. Got her arrested for it. Thankfully, she was proven not guilty in court. The evidence was entirely circumstantial, but he had skipped town, so she was left to suffer on her own. In jail? Oh no. She tells me he was abusive, beat her nightly, and tried to rape her before she broke up with him. My sympathy senses are going off the charts for her. She even sheds a few tears. Apologizing for spilling her history, she asks if I want to see the show with her. She still has the extra ticket. I, of course, jump at the chance to go on a date with this hot bombshell who's definitely out of my league. We park about a block away from the DCPA and have to walk the rest of the way. The snow is sprinkling around us like magical fairy tale shit. And I'm getting serious vibes from her, like, I'm totally gonna fuck you tonight if you ask vibes. This nigga wrote that. You ain't ashamed? You don't cringe writing shit like that, This isn't even like old school Reddit. You know what I mean? Because old school Reddit is when the virgins came out to play. And I'm not talking about the types of incel dweebs that are really just 12-year-olds that have no social awareness. Maybe they're Asperger's. Maybe they're a little autistic. Maybe they're definitely on some kind of spectrum and have issues and they don't know how to talk to people. I'm talking about kissless, fucking 25-plus-year-old wizards that have been owning their ability to not have anything to do with the opposite sex. Like like when you're a kid and somebody, you're playing a game and then they shoot you and you're like, oh, you didn't get me because of my force field. These wizards got real force fields, except they repel sex. Okay? This is who I'm reading a story from right now. And these dudes used to post on Reddit, honestly, about 5 to 6 years ago. Maybe 4, but this is only 3. So I'm kind of impressed. If this was Vargas, I would understand what's going on. But this man is subtly plucking my strings and I'm going crazy reading it. Okay? And I'm sorry to everybody who just wants me to get through this, Even I want to get through it. But my God. You wrote that. This girl was put in jail, apparently, by her abusive, physically abusive, damn near raped girl, put her in jail and then skip town. Like, do you know what it's like having your freedom taken away when you haven't done anything? Yo, and this dude is like, look at that ass, look at them titties, I can't wait to bang her. Hell yeah, I'll go on this party. We get to our seats in the show when she asks me if I want to go backstage to meet the actresses before it starts. That's against the rules, right? Well, the girl insists that she knows them and it's fine. So she takes me to the shady little path backstage and pulls out a set of keys to unlock the doors. Red flags are going off, yeah. But I'm wanting to get laid. And the last thing I want to do is piss her off. She takes me to the green room and introduces me to this dude called Scott, one of the lead actors. He looks at her and starts freaking the fuck out, which is when she pulls out a fucking knife and stabs him in the gut. You think about that sex now, baby? You think about that sex now? Fuck you, Scott. That Scott was the same Scott that broke up with her. I got the fuck out of there, called the cops and the emergency room, and when everything calmed down, I smoked a bowl and Googled his name. When was everything calming down, my dude? You were just on scene and probably delivered a murderer to the murderee. You know what I mean? And what, you just pop down to the bar to have a pint and wait for this all to blow over, dude, except you're smoking weed? Where were you doing this? Because if the cop showed up and they smell it on you, that's probable cause, homie. What an idiot. This is what stupid smells like. Turns out she was the drug dealer and the crazy bitch that had skipped town. Ooh, 2 sides to every story. He was her innocent boyfriend who found out and ratted her out to the cops. She wanted her revenge. She tried to pin the stabbing on me. But when the police interrogated me, they found out all about the tree fitty that she left in my car before she left. She was actually a monster in disguise. Who knew? You think it's funny? I'll shut this fucking list down right now. I'll end this list right motherfucking now. This ain't funny to me. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this fucking Loch Ness tree fit. I can't believe this. Now listen to me. Any other scumbag cunt lick of I hope for monetization douchebag reading this crap on Reddit would have just read through that story like it was totally fine, but it was crawling up Kael's asshole like something was just wrong with it from every freaking, and I didn't see that, a part of me wanted to be like, hey, this girl could just be, spinning a story here, but I even that I was willing to just go for. It was the way the guy was writing it, the kind of dismissive way, can't wait to bang this chick. Yeah, she's all broken up about this terrible thing that she's been through. Can't wait to get between them legs, says the dude telling the story. Okay, bruh, let me go to number 8. I know this is the opposite of what you're asking because I'm a passenger and not a driver. I had an Iraqi driver tell me that he was an engineer in Iraq before the first Gulf War, and he developed a superior means of gilding furniture, chandeliers, etc., which you can imagine was hot in pre-war Husseinville. Well, Uday wanted to go into business with him. First, Uday wants to be your partner in business. Then he wants to be partner in your wife. Wow. Words to live by. First they want be your partner. Then they want be your wife partner. Number 7. It wasn't so much weird as it was random, but my first night for driving for Uber / Lyft, I picked up a dude at 2:30 a.m. that was finishing up a pub crawl. The dude was dressed as a purple dinosaur and was hammered. He got in, started telling me his entire life story and how he came out to his parents and moved across the country the next day. Damn. Somebody says he wants to eat apples and some penis. Number 6. Drove Uber one night. It was pretty tame, till I picked up 2 guys who wanted to go to a strip club 40 miles away. As they requested an Uber Select fare, I was happy to drive that far. It was $80 to $100. It took them 15 minutes to get ready and into the car, and they seemed cool, so I wasn't worried. As soon as we get on the freeway, the guy in the passenger seat started asking about Uber driving, and things got dark. After a few minutes, he started saying shit like, "What would you do if someone just grabbed a steering wheel and ran the car into the median? And have you ever thought about what would happen if someone in the backseat tried to strangle you while driving?" I got a little freaked out and tried to lighten the mood by asking what they were celebrating. But the one guy just kept at it. I was happy to get to the strip club and get them the hell out of the car. Bonus was, the bouncer at the club gave me $40 for dropping them off there. I never drove Uber again. Fuck that. Okay, number 5. Picked up 2 dudes. They were talking about how they were going to keep hiding their relationship from their wives and children. Pretty messed up shit. Well, it wasn't Epstein level of messed up. Ho! Number 4. Uber passenger here had a driver tell me that he was changing his name to Nilrem, which is like Merlin backwards. I get it. Number 3. One time I was driving a dude for a bit of a long trip. Was going to take around 25 to 30 minutes. He wasn't hammered, but definitely a bit drunk. It was late and must have been feeling a bit down, so he confided in me and asked me for some advice. He told me he's madly in love with his fiance's best friend and he couldn't back out now. He'd been with this girl for 4 years and engaged for 1, ready to be married in a few months. Madly in love with a best friend? How do you fall in love with somebody unless you're, so there's like physical shit going on, right? You know? And that's fucked up, and you should break it off if you can't be, oh God. It was pretty sad to hear because it wasn't just your average story. It was filled with a lot of subtle emotion and mental anguish. The guy went through about 5 years in ups and downs with this girl and found an innocent friend and comfort in the best friend. After a few years, he developed feelings, and it was just downhill from there. I felt bad for the guy because he seemed like he was truly in love with his fiancée too, although he had strong feelings for his friend. He knew that going through with the marriage meant a lifetime of being around the friend and suppressing the feelings, but also breaking it off meant that he lost the girl of his dreams. You just trying to have your cake and eat it too, biggity bitch. Oh, this is the girl of your dreams, but this is a girl that you're madly in love with. Suck it up, fuck boy. You know? It's either you're breaking one heart now or breaking another heart later. You know, same heart, both hearts. Breaking one heart now, breaking two hearts later. I see him getting married, and then this chick is around, and then one day, you know, after a dreadful argument with the wife, she was just there. Number 2, I pick up this young, overly affectionate couple that spent the entire trip making out in my backseat, telling each other that they loved each other. Real cute. So I drop off the couple and head on my way to pick up the next fare, and I hear a cell phone ring in my back seat, realize it's my previous rides, and pick up the phone to let them know that I have it and I'll come back to drop it off. It turns out it was the guy's wife phoning to check up on him while he was on a business trip, which he was thoroughly enjoying with his mistress. Oh my God. And then she's gonna eat cock. Sorry. Did he leave you a good rating? Shit, I would have got my tips. Number 1 on the list of taxi cab secrets and confessions. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for doing what you do. Let's get the hell out of here. Former Uber driver here picked up a sweet girl, from a bar on Wednesday night. This chick was absolutely hammered. It's about 10 p.m. She got into my car, apologizing for being so drunk. Politely asked if we could just drive around a little while the windows were down. Man, I was prepping for a cleaning fee, trying to drive and pull a vomit bag out of the glove box. But no, she just did that airplane thing with one hand out of the backseat window. She asked me if I had ever thought about dying. To which I replied, yeah, I guess so. That's when she told me that she had cancer. It was in her brain, and it was too far gone to consider chemo. I remember my heart pounding. She told me she was dying, and she was going to be okay. Tonight, she was celebrating with her work friends, who threw her a going-away party. She told them that she was taking a position abroad. I just didn't tell them that abroad was heaven. Jesus fucking Christ. I turned off my app and just cried my ass off all the way home. Fa la 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 la. Tell me about how you go to heaven, or if you just ride cause you get one time round. Sorry. Do you believe in incarnation? Once again, now I'm a frog. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Croaky, croaky, croak. Croak, 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 ribbit. I have like a tweet where frogs are fighting. Every froggy is kung fu fighting. Give me the tweet where the frogs are fighting. Croaky, croaky. Hey. Stop doing that, brother. Fuck you. Alright, it's enough. Alright. So how was everybody's day? Good. Glad to hear. Glad everything's working out for you. It's a lot better than it is for me. Jeez. Jesus Kringly Woms. Demetrius Middleton says, enjoy your channel. Keep up the good work. You know, I appreciate you, Demetrius. These things keep me afloat in times of trouble. You speak words of wisdom. I'll let it be. Special thanks to my patrons. Wait, is that his, okay.
Enjoy your channel. Keep up the good work. Smiling face with sunglasses.
Smiling face with sunglasses. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to my hot member sponsors, balls. You guys are so rad. Love ya. Appreciate ya. Get at me, you know. I'm in the middle of some hot ops. I'm gonna wait to see if Twitch, you know, makes an ass of itself. If any of you are following that, and then I'm gonna make a video about it. Gotta wait though. Hey, Reese, hey. I like that emoji. I like that emoji. And if you want to see new emojis, make it happen. You know, tell me what they should be. Love ya. Later.